of me introducing, why don't you just introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Stefan Kolle. I'm one of the founders of Future Lab. We're basically headquartered in Europe. We're a little bit active worldwide, but mostly in Europe. Our focus or our specialty is customer centricity. We're a general strategy consultancy, so we do go up against the McKinseys, etc. of the world. But everybody has his specialties. McKinsey is really good at cutting costs by telling fire 10% of everybody. We like to take a bit more balanced view and focus on how can you generate new profits, new business by being customer centric. So either make sure that you keep your existing customers and make more money out of them, or innovate in such a way that you find new customers and new products, etc.
How was your, so I'll ask 2 or 3 questions. How was your visit the first time you visiting India? How was the experience in general?
Actually quite positive. So I think like most Westerners, my expectation pattern is probably mostly formed by reports or documentaries, etc. you see about Delhi, and Mumbai and Calcutta, which are not always as pleasant as Bangalore is. I mean, Bangalore is a city that's clearly doing very well for itself. It's got good functioning infrastructure, everything. Traffic is bad, but it's manageable. Yeah, but it still moves. I mean, I've been in Moscow a lot. There you have traffic jams that last 8 hours.
Wow.
You leave at 8 o'clock in the morning. By the time you're there, you can turn around because the other traffic jam starts. So it's actually pretty okay.
And you did some shopping. It was good experience too.
I did some shopping. Yeah, it's only I had this terrible guide that. No, my dear Suresh helped me in navigating the dangers of Commercial Street.
It was a good experience too.
Yeah, and I'll make sure my wife sends you a thank you note as well.
Oh, thank you. You don't have to. Thank you. It was my pleasure too. So what did you find out from the audience that they came for social media conference?
I think the audience is, a lot of the audience are actually quite well aware or have a reasonably well developed level of understanding of social media, etc. And often at conferences we still have to say, this is why you have to do it. I think the audience here is beyond that. Now, obviously, I'm sure that if we go out in the street, we will find a lot of people whom that doesn't go. So now there's a lot of thinking about how do we do it. And I focused in my speech somewhat on, okay, now let's think beyond the tools. Let's think beyond the simplistic, oh, let's blast our message out there. Develop a strategy behind it. Once you start doing that, it's more about a general customer strategy in which social media is just some of the building blocks, but your offline experience. I had the idea that this is a message that's actually taken up quite well. Also from the talks I had here with I'm starting to get the impression that there's an awakening or growing realization within the business community that just promo, advert, and how are we going to be rich in 3 months is not the long-term way to build a business.
So I think it was a great experience for us, and your presentation was awesome. Positive comments and nice. Everybody enjoyed it. So it was a pleasure having you guys.
It was my pleasure.
Looking forward to do more. So do you guys want to add something or you want to ask any questions?
It was like good experience for us.
Okay.
Being a management student, we find it really good.
Get to know lots of new things. So I will try to implement our managerial skills in the companies that we go.
And you will find in the business world an awful lot of pressure to forget about that customer, because the customer is annoying and don't give in. Because more and more companies will see the light and they will need desperately people who get it. So there will always be a good new job waiting. Don't give in.
So sir, do you have any suggestion for that management student like who's starting with marketing?
A solution for the student starting with marketing. Can you specify that?
No, like with related to social media.
Where do you start? Is that what your question is?
Yeah.
How should we start?
Okay. Everything about customer centricity, about marketing, about social media is about understanding the
Customer's behavior.
And the one thing I have to tell people is just do it, just talk to them. So every single one here says, yeah, but how do I set up the systems? No, don't set up systems. Just go and talk to people. If you have a B2B company, you usually only have 20 to 30 customers. So that's 20 phone calls. In your case, if you want to market yourself to companies, well, talk to the people at the companies and find out what do you care about. And if you're working for a company as an intern or your first job, just do it in your free time. So, let's say if it's Procter & Gamble, well, if it's Procter & Gamble, they will actually make you talk to the customer. Because Procter & Gamble has this rule, but most other companies don't. And just do it. Do it on yourself. Go out in the street and speak to them. Go into a cafe and say, and ask, are you a aircell client? Well, you will find some. So, can I talk to you? And they might say, well, your product sucks or whatever, but sure, sit down. So they will admire you for having the guts to do it, and they will share with you. And every now and then you get smacked in the eye. Joking. That does not actually happen.
So how can we find you, Steph? What is your Twitter handle and website?
The website is futurelab.net. And I guess most interesting, we have a blog that's been running for many years. So probably by now already 12,000 articles on there of what we consider the best authors in the world on marketing innovation, strategy innovation, etc. There you can also find a lot of the presentations we give. My presentation of yesterday will be on the website from tomorrow onwards or something. And my Twitter handle is, well, actually start with just @FutureLab. I'm opposite to what Kiruba just told us. I'm not so much about my personal brand. So I have my personal Twitter handle FLB.